Conspiracy Streets podcast.
Welcome back. As usual, my name is Maxwell, joined with Castro, and this is Conspiracy Streets podcast. What up?
You're.
What's up, man?
Ain't shit, same shit, you know.
Word.
Want to apologize to the listeners. You know, we slacked a little bit. It was my fault due to my health issues. We didn't record. I'm gonna take the blame for it. So yeah, you know, it's the truth.
I know, but it's just like due to my health, we
Yeah.
couldn't record. I was half cyborg at the time.
Yeah, you know the Iron. They did take my Iron Man
I was
powers
gonna
away.
ask you, yeah, like what was the deal with them taking it back? Like they gave you a fake heart monitor, or no, a real heart monitor for a fake heart, but why'd they take it back?
They got the readings. I told you. They said they got whatever readings they needed. They'll need me to wear it for 4 months, like they said originally, which is better because
That's all I was asking. Yeah,
I didn't want to wear that
4
shit for 4 months. That shit was mad annoying. Them fucking
That shit gave me
electrodes that they had to put on your chest. Them shits was fucking giving me like a little rash. I wasn't with all that shit. That shit was doing too much. I had to take breaks in between days because give my skin a fucking break.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is basically like a sticker on your fucking chest all day. You know what I mean? That shit's not like that shit can't be really healthy for you. You know what I mean?
I agree. Also agree that maybe you're right. Maybe this joint was rolled too tight. It's, you know what? I'll be using the machine, bro. I'm lazy. I don't be wanting to roll. Like, I just use the machine, so sometimes the machine does do it too tight.
Yeah,
They got a new machine, though. Shout out to Dom. He put me onto it. Raw got some shit now where it looks like a fucking... You ever seen the mini... What do you call it? The mini Keurigs? Like how it looks like just like a little small tower?
That's what I got?
Yeah, maybe. Actually, yeah, I gotta look at it. But yeah, it's similar size, and it's a raw machine, and it's a scale, grinder, and roller all in one machine.
That's doing too much, bro.
Nah,
just roll your
it's
fucking
pretty
joint.
funny,
Stop
though.
being lazy.
Shut up.
Yeah, fuck is that's the problem with the world, man. Everybody lazy. You talking about AI is bad, but you want to get a fucking something to roll, weigh. Man, listen, get out of here. It's doing too much.
I didn't say what to get. I just said it was cool technology.
See, but all right, how is it cool
Weed smoking
technology?
has come a long
That's
way.
basically AI too. It's learning how to roll your blunts.
It's not roll. So the way here's the shitty thing, right? And this is like where this is where my negative review of it comes in. I don't like cones.
Why not? Codes are, if you're gonna smoke a joint, you should only be smoking codes.
I don't like the tip. Pause.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how you're supposed to. I don't know. When I do smoke joints, it has to be a cone, or at least if I roll it myself, it's gonna be still shaped in a cone type shape. I'm not. I don't know. Is that them papers ain't it for me? That's why I smoke blunts, bro.
I got the old school cigarette roller. That's what it was, like the Raw Series 1 cigarette roller, and I just throw it in there. But sometimes, yeah, it's all about finger dexterity, man. And that's the thing too. Like that's why I don't like rolling mine, because when I go to roll it, I don't know, I got fat fingers, so my shit be coming out looking like pregnant and shit. And there's always been a problem like that since I was a kid. So this is why I love that roller. But the other thing is, like I said, I don't like cones. I don't like the tips in them. I don't know, man. I don't like the hit. And also, I don't like that burn when you get closer to the end. It has a nastier taste to it. Like, I'd rather just go raw papers.
I don't know.
But that's the only thing about this one. So basically, that's what it does, all right? So it weighs it, it grinds it, and then it, like, packs it into a cone. And the cone just goes, and comes out. And I was like, oh, man, it's fucking great stoner technology. Yeah, like, say what you will about what's supposed to be, like, an unmotivated class of people. Technology gets us there. It's pretty cool.
Weed is potheads are technic. That's all a
bad stereotype. I know.
A bad stereotype. That you know the people that smoke weed is the
lazy
hey,
type. Yeah.
Let me get some Cheetos, bro. You know, but it's not like that. Most people actually smoke to be productive.
I'm productive as fuck when I'm high. Sober me, you don't want to deal with. High me, put me in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Put me in the ring. Get out my way, bro. Give me the ball. Give me the wrench, whatever it is, I'm good to play then.
I wake up at 5 in the bird, smoking a blunt.
Same.
Roll over, I just grab it. Eyes are still half shut. Start smoking as I'm walking to the bathroom to pee. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's how breakfast is definitely started in my house too.
So, and then that's how the day starts. If they don't start like that, I might be off beat. I'm all off. Like I might forget my Apple Watch on the charger. Or,
I agree.
Like, yeah. It's just something like it's like kind of routine type of thing, I guess. Because I don't even smoke to get high. That shit is just like literally a routine thing for me. I actually smoke a lot.
Medicated.
When I'm bored.
Yeah.
When I'm if I'm busy, I'm busy and I'm doing things, I don't even think about smoking weed. Dead ass. Like yesterday, I had a fucking crazy ass doing house chores day, and I think I smoked one blunt all day. When I went to lay down, I was like, hold up, this is the same blunt I was smoking earlier, and then started a clip for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? As long as you keep busy, that shit don't, for me at least.
Nah, I need to smoke in order to keep busy because sober me just tends to mentally wander. And I physically wander. So it's like, if I want to stay on task, put it like this, on those days where, like, those are my Mondays, where it's like, all right, now let's do everything in the crib. Let's clean. Let's do this. Let's laundry, all that. So I get up mad early in the morning, get stupid zooted, and then just be like, all right, it's adventure time. And, like, I'll just go out and accomplish mad shit. Today I did that. I got up dumb early. I did most of the house shit that I had to do, like, in the crib, dishes, moving the garbage. I wanted to, like, move shit around me. You know me, I'll be mad, like, OCD about certain shit. If I don't like it, I'm like, I gotta get rid of it, And then I went to the gym with fucking Tank and Pesos under Pesos fucking gym training, hardcore. He was a lot more nice than I thought. Like, I really just pictured, I was like, oh, dude, I don't have to hear this guy fucking yell at me and shit. I don't want to hear that. But actually, he was really motivated. He's like, got this, bro. I'll help you with the last one. And I was just like, oh, cool. I hate that actually almost most. Like, I hate that more.
Fucking Night Sauce is gonna call off your bet, say that you're cheating, then you have a trainer.
Oh, yeah, so that's the thing. All right, so behind the scenes, we've been doing like a little internal gambling thing. So it's me versus the Night Sauce. Because it turns out like we weigh pretty much the same thing. We've got like the same dynamics height-wise. Also, we've been best frenemies since like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense for us to have to go against each other and rival. Mind you, I did it out of like, I like healthy competition, no pun intended. I just think it's fun. And honestly, it's not even like the whole training thing. Like I said, I went there today to work with these fucking, you know what it is? Tank hit me up and was like, yo, you want to do legs? And I was like, word. That's the one thing I'm nervous about doing by myself, just because of the way that my back and my neck are all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, yeah, man, I'm down to go do that. And then we get there, and it's like the first.
You definitely shouldn't do legs
by myself. Yeah, no, I know. That's what I thought. I'd say that was one of my responsible thoughts. Adult thinking.
Yo, you haven't had one of those in a while.
They're few and far between. That's what I'm saying. Like they're
and
very
when they come,
few
they're
and far
good.
between. Mm-hmm.
When they come,
yeah,
they're
solid.
Pause.
Yeah, when it happens, it happens. But I get there. We spent like the first fucking half an hour like doing arms and shit. I was like mad confused. He was like, "Come on, we're gonna go to the stretch." They took me to some stretch machine I ain't never seen before. I was like, "All right." And there was 2 of them, so I'm just standing there like a fat idiot. My hands like, "All right, I guess I'll just chill." Hey, And that's the other thing too. Like gym culture to me is so different now because of that whole like you can't be looking at people type shit. And not that I ever was. I was never that dude to be like, oh, I'm gonna be creepy, because truthfully, there's nothing more sad than being like, damn, she's bad. And then like you try to get within their vicinity, even like to strike up a conversation or nothing. But you gotta remember, like, yo, it's the gym, bro, and like she's funky. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing worse than like, hey, You know what I'm saying? Like you get hit with the BO and you just stop.
That's what he was where they.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I ain't never seen, I barely have ever went to the gym.
Yeah, I'm about to be like, yeah, because of all of your gym experience.
I think I've actually been to the gym itself maybe 9-10 times, and
7 of them were to bust a move to somebody who's in the gym,
allegedly.
Yo,
and so
that's mad.
But
funny.
when I have gone, I haven't. Thank God, I haven't encountered any musty women in my vicinity. So
it doesn't happen often, but once again, like that was something that stuck out in my head. There's few gym experiences.
Definitely musty men but yeah, that's just I guess what happens.
Not sniffing dudes. So
yeah,
like,
I'm not sniffing anybody.
Yeah, but you mean like overall room funk?
Yeah, just like catch a waft as they walk by.
Oh yeah, room funk is the thing. I got hit with the room funk. So the gym that we go to, for some reason, feels the need to only air condition like one central section. So like we was out in the rest of the time, and the Tank was busy. He's like, yo, dude, he's like, I'm about to fucking pass out. Like it's hot as fuck in here. All right, we go into that section. Like I didn't even really notice the transition of temperature. Like it was just like, oh, okay, boom, we in there, we're doing whatever. We go to bounce, and once we had left that section again, I got hit with the fucking and I was like, damn, bro. But nah, so like I said, like I had come across when we was working out in Crunch in Midtown East. I had come across, and it's not even like I was going to talk to her. We had just walked. Like we were both going to use the same machine. Mm-hmm. And I went to be like, oh no, go ahead, you go. And as I like stepped forward to just speak, she was doing she was doing the chest flies. And when she opened, like I just caught the wing, the Martha wing. Mad bird, like just And I went to go say something, and and once again, it was funny because you don't know like what's an initial reaction and what's a physical like initial reaction. Like it's not like the smell stopped me from like, oh, she smells, let me not talk to her. It was literally just the point that like, bro, I just stopped. I was like, oh, Like,
Yeah.
you get choked up. Like,
I've been around. I used to work when I was a super. There was this contractor. Yo, the most humblest of guys. When I tell you a master fucking carpenter.
yeah, one of those guys. Jesus would be impressed.
Yes.
That was the best.
But he smelled in below zero weather, bro.
Oh, that's nice. When your funk is so raw, you could beat temps.
Yo,
That's crazy.
my man's.
My water's frozen, but your
He
smell
was
is
from
raw.
Albania.
Oh,
He was from Albania.
I have nothing
Bro.
negative to say about the Albanian community.
The homie
That's
was.
how you know I'm a real New Yorker. I have nothing negative to say about them.
Homie was the greatest, like I said, the greatest of carpenters. But that funk homie had, that was. I've never met someone with that funk,
Yeah.
and he knew it too. But he didn't care. He's filthy
bro.
fucking rich. You never would know it too.
You know what's crazy? I wonder how much, and like this is just like a weird. I could be completely wrong with this idea of this line of science in my mind, but I wonder, dudes who do that, or even chicks, like people who just let their fucking stink go, like the amount of pheromones you produce are probably wild, right? Like it'd be really weird to know that guy like closed mad ass.
Oh nah.
All right.
The funk
I was
was
trying to
bad.
be hopeful.
Like
Like,
he
it
would
just- it
walk,
draws
when he
people
would
in.
walk through the office to go collect his checks for
Yeah.
whatever jobs he done. Like the women in the office would try to be like that with their body sprays, perfumes covering their
Aw,
face.
man.
Like nah, he was funky.
Nah, bro, I was hoping he had like animalistic. Like,
Oh,
you know what I'm
nah.
saying? Like, ooh, that's a sexy lion.
No.
But
And unfortunately, he kind of looked like a little busty, but
nah, it's all right, man. But so like, yeah, so dude, so I'm sitting
musty
there.
busty.
These musty busty. Those are the worst musty busties. But yeah, dude. So we're fucking they're working, like they're doing the stretch and I'm just like standing there and like, once again, because of all the videos and shit as of late, I don't know what to fucking do. Like I don't know what proper gym etiquette is. So you know me, I immediately just turn my brain off. And next thing I know, they're like yelling at me. And I'm just like staring at the ceiling. I'm like, what's up, man? How are we doing pull-ups on leg day? Like, all right, bet. Let's do 100 pull-ups and 50 squats and like 1,000 push-ups.
But you gotta go around the world before you do anything.
No,
Well,
man,
but that's how
told
I warm
me
up, 'cause I don't
leg
do-
day.
I don't do like the treadmill or any of
Yeah,
that
me
shit.
either. That shit, I used to do that shit, but that shit is soft.
So when you warm up,
I got
you
bad
just
knees.
go around the world, pull-ups, push-ups, dips.
Yeah, nah, that's what it was. It was like, yo, we're gonna start off with this workout that I learned when I was doing 3 to 5, and after we finished that, then we got into leg day, and it was alright after that. But like I said, it was just
them 3 to 5 workouts.
they're legit. Nah, that's how you come home
I
stacked.
got Aki real fast
that's
that one
right.
summer.
The summer of Jailhouse V. Yeah, I forgot about that. You did. You definitely came out the back with like 2 pit bulls wearing a chain. Like that shit was crazy. It was a bike chain on top of the shit. You was like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, you did get mad swole. Yeah, what the fuck? How did that happen? I just forgot that did happen.
I was
And
working
then
out
you
with a whole bunch
slimmed
of.
back down.
Because I stopped working out.
Yeah, but it's not. You know, we always talk about you're not capable of building body mass, but like you clearly are.
I am. I just have to be
just gotta do it
consistent.
big.
Yeah, no, I
I
have
get
to,
you.
and I have to do it big. Pause. I have to work. I have to do heavy weights
Got to commit a minor
every
felony.
fucking day. And like I was literally working out with 4 felons that did at least
Yeah.
between all of them together, they did 100 years.
Which
so
I like the fact that they were very resourceful with the backyard gym. Like I saw milk crates.
Oh, yeah,
I seen
nah.
chains. I seen a dude lifting a fire hydrant, which I thought was funny because I was like, "Yo, where'd you get a fire hydrant?" But he was just lifting the shit like he was doing that, and he was doing the overheads with it. And that's when I was just like, "Yeah, he's a repeat felon. He's too good at this. He's got great fucking what's the word? You got great not composure
form.
great form, excellent form."
But what was even crazy about that the most brolickest dude that was there never been to jail.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Remember the one that was super duper nice?
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say nobody's names and
but
shit.
he was the man, and he still is the man. He was definitely that was the guy.
But yeah,
no,
man.
that's funny. He definitely did have
So-
that also jail body, and he was like, "Nah, man, never been."
Never been.
Yeah.
And he looks so intimidating too. And then when you speak to him, he's fucking big teddy bear, man.
Yeah,
nice.
no, he was very respectful.
Obviously,
very
don't get him
well-spoken.
upset. But
Nah.
then he turned into the grizzly bear.
I watched him throw on a pair of glasses and give like a very well thought out speak to a fellow neighbor that there was some issue with, and I was like, "Wow, he could have just shot you." Like, you know what I'm saying? He's out here really being a fucking diplomat. Shout out to him. But yeah, man. So I was like I said, it's that was day 1 with the team. I've been going by myself, but that was the day 1 because like I said, I just didn't want to do legs by myself, so I was excited to do it, and no regrets. I mean,
I gotta
it was hot.
I gotta start my gym now. Well, first I got to do at least a week or two of just
Binge
around
eating?
the world in the crib and binge eating
Binge eating.
because
I'm telling you, bro, you gotta do Russian brown bear.
it's not called Russian brown. It's just called Russian beer, bro.
Really?
Yes. You had me Googling some shit. It was literally giving me pictures of bears, Russian brown bears, and it's Russian beer. Like,
Wait, beer?
Yes, it's called.
It's not bear?
No, it's beer.
Yo, I cannot read.
You can't read for
That's
shit.
so good. For years, I've been like, yeah, Russian bear. Like, yeah, you got to drink it with a gallon of milk. It's disgusting, but bro, you will get fucking huge. Sabs blew up on that shit, bro. He put on like 10 pounds of solid fucking muscle.
Well, yeah, because my bet is that I'm going to gain more weight than Pesos is going to lose.
Yeah, which I don't know, dude. That guy is fucking, he's on it. Like,
yeah,
it's
but
kinda
you
weird.
know, he has his issues and I have my issues, so we kind of balance out on
What you gotta
why
do-
he can't lose and why I can't gain.
What you gotta do is you gotta sabotage him. You gotta wait till he's twisted and just put a pizza in front of him. Like,
Oh.
whoa, where did this come from?
Bro, you already. He's not even gonna listen.
Barbecues?
He's not gonna listen to this episode. So
Yeah, he
I'm
doesn't
going.
listen.
I'm going to get him drunk. I'm going to his house to get him
Mhm.
drunk at his own barbecue and
Mhm.
feed him mad food, bro.
Mad food.
I'm gonna bring just mad food. And
Yo, I might just
John,
to-
eat.
Just to be a dick, I think I definitely am gonna spend like a couple $100 on like the finest cuts of steak and be like, no red meat, and I'm just gonna like cut it slowly and
Strictly tomahawks,
cut it and start feeding the dog. I'm like, oh man, it sucks. It's
dry
just going to
aged
waste.
tomahawks only.
That's mad fucking funny.
So yeah, he's on his no red meat shit. So
That
pause.
dietary lifestyle is different. The idea of just being an adult now, like, here's the shitty thing, right? So I'm bordering mid 30s, and it's one of those things where it's like, damn, I forcibly may have to, like, I forcibly have to. I shouldn't say may have to. I forcibly have to change my diet. But like, when you are raised the same way for 34 years, the unlearning process of what is not considered like normal, it's so annoying. And then like I look at it and I go, I can't have that. And I go, I shouldn't have that. And then by the time I'm like, I don't want that, so I'm just not gonna fucking eat. So this is why intermittent fasting has become cool. It's like, ugh, whatever, man.
yeah,
I
but
miss
you
chicken
but
and
you don't
rice.
even really eat. Period.
Yeah, no, it's crazy that I'm fat, right? It's
You
fucking
really
nuts.
don't eat. You have like a fucking Red Bull and a cigarette for breakfast.
I have a Red Bull, a joint, and a cigarette for breakfast.
There you go.
It's called a
But-
smoke witch.
That's just disgusting.
You have 2 cigarettes and a Red Bull with your joint. One before, one after with your Red Bull. Smoke witch.
I guess.
It's also the poor man's breakfast. For mad long, I couldn't afford
I
breakfast.
You know what I
Adaptation.
had for breakfast today? Before
2 sandwiches.
when I left, I woke up. I had 2 Eggos here.
I like you just keep Eggos on deck.
Yeah, you always gotta have Eggos on deck, man.
Eggos on deck. Damn, I want Eggos now.
Yeah, you always gotta have Eggos
But it's
on
carbs,
deck.
so I won't.
Fucking, I had 2 Eggos here. Fucking at 5:15 in the morning. I made a fucking ham, salami, and cheese sandwich. Brought it with me. When I got off the train, I bought a fucking bow tie and a coffee. Ate that when I got to work. Then I break at 9:15. I had a bagel and 2 boiled eggs. At lunch, I had 2 slices. I got here. I ate some chicharron.
I don't understand how you're hungry first thing in the morning.
I'll be starving in the morning.
Nah, bro. I have to force myself to eat. I have to remember to eat. I like literally just will forget to eat. But I guess that's what happens when you're voluptuous. You know, you got extras that you're built on. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all right for a while.
I always be hungry, bro.
Uh,
I just don't know why. I just the food don't stick. Like I said though, it's because the doctor told me it's because of my fast metabolism and the weed. Since I smoke so much, it speeds up my already fast metabolism. So I just be fucked.
that's the other thing. So that used to work for me when I was younger. All the weed I would smoke, plus just not eating from being broke, 'cause I spent my money on weed. Like, I would drop a couple of lbs. You know what I'm saying? It would happen. But nowadays, it's just like, and it sucks because, like I said, the only other reason like I want to do is so I can continue to fuck like a champ, and I keep my foot. You know, I feel like those are 2 solid things. Like I don't care about longevity. I had a good run. I don't mind that. But if I'm here, I want to be able to play the game.
Play the
That's what I'm
game,
getting
right?
at. Yeah, bro.
EA
EA
Sports.
Sports. Yeah. Speaking of EA Sports, the Jets definitely put in the fucking cheat code. Cases we let it die down time wise just because we didn't want to join the bandwagon in case some fucking universal rip happened. Like in case a tear in the space time continuum occurred. Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, and he has quite the squad. And Jessica Alba.
He backed Jessica Alba?
No, he brought Sauce. So whatever, what they were the Knicks playoff game, the second game.
Uh-huh.
And he, for some reason, was sitting with Jessica Alba. and he was the throughway for Sauce to bag Alba.
Ah.
So right then and there, you're not gonna tell. Do you remember when
he's already throwing passes?
Bro, talk about it. That's a great QB. All right? That's fucking bird precision. What's the bum's name? Because now he's just being referred to as the bum. Zach Wilson?
Uh-huh.
Well, he was like, oh, when he gets here, I'm gonna make every day for him a day in hell. And then Rodgers was like, you could do that, but I'm gonna make your life off the field awesome. And everyone was like, what does that mean? Like, remember, we were all like, that's a really weird thing to say. Lo and behold,
First day out in New York.
In the fucking pocket. Just right there. Throwing
First
to
day
Jessica
out.
Alba. And then on top of
And
the
Jessica
shit.
Alba's bad. I always had I had a
hasn't?
whole crush on Jessica Alba, bro. When she was in what was the show?
Dark Angel.
Dark Angel, yes.
Fuck you, new internet kids.
Yeah, y'all don't
Because
even know about Dark Angel.
The fact that people were questioning who she was pissing me off. They were
That's
like,
crazy.
oh, who's this older woman? She's not that bad. Well, you watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah, nah, Jessica
You're
Alba's a
seeing
baddie.
the
Nice natural baddie.
Bro, you're seeing the later years multi-billionaire Jessica Alba, not the I'm dancing for a role Honey Alba.
Honey.
People don't remember Honey. I remember Honey.
I remember.
All right?
Honey.
A lot of puberty happened watching Honey. Okay? So let me tell you, to see her out at the game, I was like, madam, you don't have to. You could get these people to play in 3D. Like, you have bread. You're somebody who left acting because fuck it. That whole she started a baby company.
Yeah.
With a baby stuff company. Like,
yeah,
she
it's like
makes shit for
strollers
babies.
and shit, yeah.
Pacifiers, strollers. This bitch got her own formula.
She rich.
Yo, she's smart.
She rich.
Smart. She was like, these bitches gonna keep having kids. Get that money.
So
she decides to frequent the evening. And who does she run into besides, this outstanding gentleman, Aaron Rodgers? The young Sauce. The only redeeming thing that the Jets have, which, by the way, nothing says team appreciation like taking your star running back out and getting him put on with a legend. Because it's like, damn, bro, I could trust you. That's like all them stories that they would tell about Rodgers on Green Bay, where he would have the entire D-line or the entire O-line. He would just buy them watches. He would just, every year, he would get them steak dinners. Watches, yo, the O-line. As long as you take care of me, like, I'm going to take care of y'all. Y'all going to be living good.
Yeah.
Walk into New York with that same... And my favorite thing is he did it humbly. The only reason that this got exposed is because it's New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and everybody's nosy.
Yeah. And, yeah, we all bunch of. That's what it is. We are... New Yorkers are washerwomen by trade. You know what I'm saying? That's the way we exchange information. But, yo, good for him, bro. And also, he got Lazard, who was a beast on Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And they're out doing...
He's bringing, shit. He brought Green Bay with him to New York.
Mm-hmm. Good. Because New York wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying? They were not doing it alone.
He did the LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, I'm coming, but I'm bringing him. You're going to go get him, and we're going to draft him.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, man, I wish you didn't say that. Because now I'm having inner conflict about how to feel about this. Because that is a very good point. Because you know what it is? I hated LeBron for the fucking Miami move. I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
Oh, no, for the Miami move?
I hated that. But that was the start of it, though. That was the rise of, like, we're going to form the super team and we're going to all meet up here. And I don't think that... You know what it is? If he was like, I'm going to pull... And he starts pulling, like, fucking the number one wide receiver. If he starts pulling out, like, all these numbers...
If he does that... No, but what he's doing, he's just getting people that...
He's taking the homies.
Not even that the homies, people that he can play with. He knows, he can trust. He knows that they know how he plays. They got their, what's the word I'm looking for? Dynamic. It could be chemistry, yes. Yeah. So that's always, because you always need that on your team.
100%,
you're going to a brand new team. Not everybody's going to, immediately fall into place. So.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. There's, and I understand that as far as just any group of dudes. I've been into team sports, shops.
That goes with everything.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, work. That's what I'm saying. It's always going to be that. But there is a certain acknowledgement that kind of has to be made when he does get in the room and he goes, man, Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dick wins chips. Is what it is. I've run a division. I've run a division for years. No, you get to be braggadocious when you win. You get to say outlandish and outrageous things. That's what winning's about. Okay? Yes, there's a stipend. Yes, if you love the game, there's, that glory of making it to the top. But at the end of the day, it's a dick swinging contest. All right? That's the number one sport. And you are getting out there, and you're out. I'm Aaron Rodgers.
It's a football game. It's not a dick swinging contest.
I'm Aaron fucking Rodgers. There's a second-year tackle that's like, this guy's washed. He's no good. And he's like, hey, buddy, you haven't broke even yet on a season. Like, relax. And that's understandable. Don't get me wrong. He does not strike me as the type. When you do a lot of psychedelics, you tend to have no ego. It's part of the drug. It just is what it is. But if he decided to walk in there like, hey, who's hanging low? He could claim. You know what I'm saying? No one else has got any fucking chips there. No one else has got any jewelry.
Oh, I can't stand you, bro.
Being honest. Like,
of course, yeah, there's no one on the fucking Jets that has any rings or anything that's ever been close to getting any type of rings.
Yeah.
But listen, and Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback. I've always loved Aaron Rodgers, even when Brady, right after Favre, Aaron Rodgers became my kid. Because I'm also a Peyton Manning fan. He's second when it comes to my favorite quarterback.
He's hilarious.
But I was never a Brady fan. I respect Brady, and I know that he is the greatest quarterback, but I don't like him. So I just
you don't like the man, which is funny.
I don't like him.
Yeah, you don't like him.
No,
you hate his Republican jaw structure.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're cool.
Yeah,
it's the perfect amount of scruff just for future. Like, if the aliens came today and they were like, let's draw us an Earth Messiah, it's Brady. Like, perfect amount of stubble, great chin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, bro. But I get where you're coming from. Aaron Rodgers is the greatest. That's why I ruined his fucking season last year. Like, I love you, Aaron Rodgers. I put my hope and faith into you, and it was my bad luck that you landed up on the Jets this season. Yo, that's actually kind of crazy. I didn't really think about it like that. I took it as like, I'm the reason his season was bad.
Life. I told you fucked up his career by picking him. I didn't even say his season. I told you that you was going to fuck up his career by picking Aaron Rodgers on your fantasy. And listen, he's on the Jets.
Or did I tap into something bigger than all of us, man? And did my wanting to connect with Aaron Rodgers for him to bring me another trophy 2 years in a row turn into losing that, but gaining him closer to me? I mean, I brought him to New York, essentially.
To watch him lose? And he probably, God forbid,
he's going to do
broken rib, torn ACL, MCL.
He's going to do dirt, bro. Trust me. This is going to be something, especially because he got to kind of, when Favre came to because remember, no one out of our generation didn't grow up loving Favre. And if you do say you hated Favre, you don't know football. Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, Favre was top notch when you came to thinking about quarterbacks and shit.
And then to see that the trajectory went pretty much exactly the way that it went for Favre. Like, new quarterback came in. That guy was Rodgers. It was curtains for him. A couple rough seasons out. Send him to the Jets.
Yeah, that's why when Aaron Rodgers was complaining about how shit went down, people were looking at him kind of funny, like, yo, bro, this was exactly how it played out for you.
This is your origin story. Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just happening again. Now you going out to pasture to the same exact team that the guy, your predecessor, went out to pasture to. So it's crazy. But
so if history repeats, the Vikings are going to be sick next season. They're going to be they're going to be back in there.
Yo, Rodgers on the Vikings is, I don't even want to see that. If he does that, that's just too much.
Yeah, but people also don't take into account that, like, that's back when AP was on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And Brett Favre had AP on that. And that was
and he had Moss.
Yeah. Not for as long, but.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't Moss when Moss was Moss, but.
I know, it was AB Moss.
Yeah.
AB Moss is a hilarious way to put it. When you were done, but you came back, fuck it. What else we got? You want to jump into the Snowfall ending review?
Yeah, it's been enough time. It's not going to be, I guess.
No spoilers.
It's not going to be a spoiler. And if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to fast forward about 10 minutes.
Also, you might want to kind of figure out your priorities. Like, I don't want to be a dick.
That as well. Yeah. But spoiler alert,
not trying to be a dick.
Fast forward 10 minutes from now. Anyway, so yeah.
It's my face like.
But yeah, bro, Snowfall. I just want to fucking
so sad.
Give a shout out to everybody on Snowfall, bro. That was probably the most I've ever been excited about watching a show in so long. And the show ended great. It could have ended on the final episode or the episode before it, and I would have been completely fine with that. That show is literally, to me, the best show that's been on TV. It surpasses The Wire. It surpasses Breaking Bad. That show is the show to beat right now.
You know what's really going to determine that? Rewatchability.
I already started, and I don't know if it's. I might have to stop and wait maybe like a year to go rewatch it
Fresh eyes.
because I'm still on the emotions of the ending. So probably that's why it's still as good to me. But let's I'll wait a year and rewatch it then and see how it goes because that show is great, bro.
That's mad funny, Yoga, that you say that because I definitely think that if I rewatch it, I'm skipping the episode where they body Jerome. I just can't.
Oh well, yeah,
I don't need that emotional.
You wouldn't get to that right away. You know, I only really rewatched it. I started rewatching it because of all the symbolisms from the last episode that went into the first. That was from the first episode. So I wanted to just catch it. You know, knowing now.
See the Easter eggs.
Yeah. So
I get you.
hey, if you don't know, there was a couple things that were like happened in the last 2 episodes, like for example, like when Franklin opens the safe and there's $12,000 in the safe, and he starts laughing, and if you're watching the show without thinking about it,
you think he's just manic, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, he just think he's losing his shit.
Yeah,
but it's just
Ay, Miguel, pobrecito Miguel.
He's just thinking about like, yo, this is it's 12 out of the $5 million that this nigga stole from us. There's 12,000 left in this safe, and 12,000 is what I needed to buy my first brick.
Yep, that's what he started with. 12,000 in a
12
book bag.
bands. He got his first brick.
Yep.
Damn, imagine if those prices were still out today.
Yeah, you imagine.
Sheesh.
Well, I don't know. I feel like the prices probably aren't as bad as they were when we were coming up. It was bad. Like when you had to really look.
They were still good when we was. Now it's 50, 48.
A grizzle?
Oh yeah.
All right, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about then. Maybe I've been tapped out that long that I'm like, holy shit. I thought it would be, you know what it is? Oversaturation of the market is what I thought, because I'm like, oh man, we're just letting people and drugs in everywhere. Fuck it, at least the price will go down. Damn, that super sucks.
This shit is high, bro.
Yeah, but you would assume that supply would have to meet demand. I don't know, man. See, that's crazy because I thought that supply would be I thought supply would be oversaturated compared to demand.
No, there's a lot of demand because, it's the powder and it's the hard.
Yeah, people love to get high, yeah. That's it.
But back to the show. Fun. That show, listen. What did you think about the last episode?
I thought that if you came up outside, there really is that reference. All right, so movies will dictate it where he'll either survive and become, the Kingpin retired in Miami on some Carlitos Way shit. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Or with the way Carlitos Way was supposed to end. I guess Carlitos Way, the remix with Puffy, that's how it actually ended. But that's just a case in point, not a subject thing. But then there's you go out like every other, Kingpin movie where it's like Empire or fucking New Jack City. Where it's like, nah, you dead, bro. Like, that's the only way that it can end. But in real life, yo, homie, back in high school, you used to be the man, homie. That's a real thing. I've watched people who coming up were doing it. And it was one of those things where it's like, you fly too close to the sun type deal. Mm-hmm. Because there was a couple dudes who didn't exceed the speed limit and
ended up fine.
And are till this day still
Point Leon.
Yo, that's it. Yeah, exactly. You don't ever exceed your. But then I know a couple dudes who were like, yo, new car picking us up on Friday, showing up, and I'm like, yo, what is it? Oh, get in real quick. Okay. Like, you show up, I'm smoking a blunt on the stoop, and you just come through on some next shit. Like, oh, and now you either locked up or you busted up. And I've seen it happen a lot, man, where you just fall to especially to the bottle. The bottle's a different type of, that's, I guess, why I took that one to the hardest, though. I guess that's what made that ending so realistic. That's what I think. I think that the ending was super realistic if you grew up outside.
Yeah.
If you could see
I
that,
appreciated.
Me too.
I appreciated that he didn't become a busty and became an alcoholic.
Yeah, because that's real poison. That makes sense to me. That's why I said I've seen that level of I'm gonna keep hitting this bottle. I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, I've seen that. I watch that on a daily basis, to be frank. Like, I still see it every day. And mind you, this is people who are just blue collar. Like, I know what the poison does. Yeah. I'm a victim of family. The poison is real. So to see that, knowing how Alton was. Now, like, you can't really appreciate that unless you really take into account the whole shit of how his father was, where he disappeared from, how he came. Because his father wasn't smoking Krills. His father was a
out.
drunk.
Yep.
That's just it. And she had to put him out because he was on some shit.
He ended up being Alton, bro, and it's crazy. Paranoid, drunk, homeless. He
Delusional.
became his father.
Yeah.
And that like there was so much symbolism in that last episode. Yo.
I will say though, the minute I seen him crack that bottle, like the minute I seen him do it was the shot at the bar. The minute I saw that, I was just like,
Yeah, you saw it was that right there. That was that when the homie gave him the free shot.
Yeah.
He goes, this one's on me.
Yeah. When I talk about fantastic acting, because I've looked people in the face with that face where it's just like, yo, this is it, right? Like I'm so emotionally distraught, and it's a big PTSD thing. Because remember, his father was Alton was revolutionary post the war, 60s, Black Panthers, like that. That's where his character came from, the ilk of. So yeah, PTSD.
Yeah.
And trauma pushed him into drinking way too much. So to see that look where he's just like, we were so close, everything was cool, and now I'm here, and all I have is this free shot. I don't drink. I made my whole 7 seasons without drinking. But you know what? Today's that day.
Yo, you know anything that got me really upset though, bro?
Yo, the Jets are calling me. They heard us talking. That's hilarious. Sorry, New York Jets. Got to be on hold for this one, but I may pick up. Let's talk business. Aaron Rodgers, let's talk business. Go on.
What got me so upset was that Franklin didn't have to end up that way.
Oh, of course not.
His wife or his baby moms took everything out the fucking bank, bro.
She robbed it all.
And disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, that was super fucked up.
Shouldn't have choked her.
He shouldn't have choked her.
There was like no reason to choke her.
But
she made an idea. He was just drunk and disagreed.
Yeah, that was him going down his spiral. That no, I'm not giving him an excuse, but whatever. But her taking all his bread is what him, and because listen, Franklin is a fucking genius. We've seen it all for 7 years, 6 seasons. You've seen the shit. He could turn nothing into something.
Yeah.
But you took everything from him.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to make into something. You know what I mean?
When all else fails, the bottle is there.
Yo.
That's a very soulless point, but a very real. That's what it was. I like the realism of it. Once again, it's more if he would have went out like on some SWAT team shit, or if he would have been
like kind of cliche though.
If he would have just walked away with the bread, if he got the $73 million and like he iced Teddy or some shit, like he had it planned for my dad, or maybe his mom did it then, fine. But y'all ended it in the most visually proven. I can name names of people who've gone down this same path who were guys when I was younger. I used to look at like, yo, that's the man right there. And right now I'm like, soups and socks. Like, that's all you got. You care about right now: soup, socks, and cigarettes. Stack your books. That sucks.
Yeah,
but
man.
It is what it. Or I see you in front of the Lucy spot drinking fucking can of Snake, or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Fucking
the 99-cent shit. Cobra.
Still reserved 211.
I will not besmirch 211. 211 got me through a lot of rough years, bro.
Yo, 211s. Yo,
never will I talk bad about 211s.
When I first had allegedly had little homies out there in the strip for me, and little homie used to pop a 211 every night, and little homie was about like, he was old. He was older. He was my age. I think he was 1 year. I think he's 1 year older than me. Or 1 year younger than me. My fault. But he was a little dude. He was a real little dude. And he used to pop that 211, bro. That was like he drank a whole fifth of Henny.
Yo, bro, 211's the shit.
He was choppy every night. I used to send him home like, all right, bro, nigga. That's it. Go home.
Damn, bro. That shit just made me sad.
I think he used to do it on purpose to get off shift. Like, he wanted.
Nah, bro. That shit just made me sad as fuck. Cause I just remember like who my 211 crew was. And like, yo, shout out to Lurk. R.I.P. jump off. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Like, damn, that just hit me like, that's who I would drink 211s with. Because when I got to Long Island, when I was living out there for a little bit, I was broke. And trapping we trying to eat. So I remember I found a liquor store that did the 22 ounce, like the skinny bottles of 211, 15 of them for $15. And that was the fucking move.
15?
211, yeah, a case.
15
for $15.
211s?
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Nah, bro, not when you're like 7 or 8 people. That's a party.
That
I'll be the first to tell you that is a smooth evening.
everybody's drunk though.
Oh yeah.
That's what's crazy about that.
Yeah, but like
7 to 8 people on
blackout drunk.
on a 20-pack of beers is to get drunk is crazy. That's how you know we shouldn't be drinking that shit.
Yeah, I didn't do that math. I was like, that's a good point. Yeah, think of 8 people taking down a 30-pack of like Coors, and I'm like, nah,
and you would drink a pack of Coors and everybody be fine.
That's like beer pong. That's like we're all still like good
pack
to
of
eat
Coronas.
and everything.
Some people might have a buzz, but for everybody to be drunk off a pack of 211s, that's how you know it's crazy.
Yeah, you know what else was great? And shout out to Kendu and Pesos because these were my Cisco buddies. When we went through the Cisco years, bro, we went through the Cisco.
I didn't do
years.
the Cisco days.
Nah,
I skipped the Cisco.
The Cisco days were the best.
I skipped Cisco.
I slept on benches.
I did the St. Ides special brewed.
Ooh, St. Ides.
The special brew though.
That's classy.
You remember the special brew? The flavors?
Yeah, but I never drank them.
It was Maxie's mom's boyfriend put us on to them. One day he came, he was like with a red beer, and we looking at him like, yo, bro, we eating chips, not even chips, cookies and milk. It was mad late at night. He come in the crib and he was like, yo, what is that? He's like, oh, y'all want to try? Nigga, he went back to the store and bought a second one. Came back and me and Maxie split that. Bro.
Chopped.
We was chopped. We was like probably like 12. If I was 12, he was 11.
See, that's funny. So when I think about going back that far, I remember thinking like being like 12, 13, drinking Mad Dog. I used to do M-Do 2020. Ooh, baby. Every different flavor. And the only reason
for y'all young listeners, y'all don't know what the fuck we talking about right now. Just go on your Googles, man.
The people who came up with like Four Locos and all that other shit, and like I mean the original Four Locos, not whatever's out now. I'm talking about the one that was having people pee themselves. Like that Four Loco, the people who got that recipe came out of the Mad Dog Cisco generation because it made no sense. Like
it only makes sense for that to be
80s, 90s, like liquor and malt liquor was very unregulated.
Yeah,
and they had great endorsements. Billy D. Williams did the thing for I think it was Cold 45 or Old English.
It was Cold 45.
It was Cold 45. Yeah, yes. He did.
If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Cold 45.
Damn it, Nene, why aren't you here? I need a fact check.
Our engineer's at work. He has a real job now.
Yeah, all of a sudden you need to get paid. It's fucking
right?
crazy. But
experience isn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean, also didn't even give us like a replacement.
Word, right? Send one of your little friends over here to run the cameras, bro.
Run it remotely. Technology's there.
Yeah, we could do this.
But when technology wasn't there, we had malt liquor and Cisco. And like, for anyone who doesn't know, who doesn't kind of grasp what we're talking about, you would spend like $3-4 on what's like bum juice. And
facts.
What would happen was this little bottle, this little flask glass bottle of a pick a flavor that it clearly only appeals to children. Like I was like, I would love this mango fruit punch.
Say not special, but it was fruit punch, mango. Like
I know, because they know how to get us. They know what fat kids like.
They know what we was gonna do,
bro. That's why for all those years with the Bacardi.
Shout out to all the ox that sold it to us, bro.
Yeah, even though I looked like this at like 12, so
you did. Though.
You were dumb. You know, what
you
I'm
really
like,
did look like that.
I would go ahead and say if I turned out more fucked up, I would blame you guys. But I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? Good experience.
You had a good job.
I mean, I'm doing cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying even then, like strung out because you guys were selling me cigarettes and alcohol at like fucking 12, 13 for older dudes. Like I was buying shit for like 19.
At 12.
Yeah, dude,
bro.
like.
Which is disgusting. I'm sorry, Mom. I was buying 12 Lucy's at 12. I shouldn't have done that.
I'm a product of my environment. It is what it is.
I'm not apologizing for smoking weed, but
I appreciate the taste of flavor country. It's all right. I started off on Newports.
With Newports.
Nah, I started off on Newports, but then for a while, my aunt.
Everybody starts off on Newports in the hood.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
That's the only thing we know in the hood is Newports.
My aunt put me on the Marlboro Reds.
That's disgusting.
Flavor country. I'm talking about like a nice,
that's straight cowboy.
13 years old, smoking a Marlboro Red after having like a slice, bro.
That's why John's
fucking awesome.
That's why this nigga, his name is John Wayne in my fucking phone book because he used to smoke them fucking Camels.
Yo, bro. And then I went through a weird phase. Like I got to college, I went out to Long Island, and I was drinking like 211s and smoking either Camel Crushes.
Yeah, the Camel Crushes.
Or Parliament Lights. And the reason I got put on the Parliament Lights.
Parliament Lights is such a bitch cigarette.
No, that's not a bitch cigarette. That's a busty cigarette, and that's how I found that out. Because I was like,
those are the skinny ones, right?
Nah, you're thinking the Virginia Slims.
Oh, Virginia Slims.
No, the Parliaments were the white ones that had like the cap space.
It was the soft box.
No, they had hard box.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh.
but they had the cap space between the filter and the end, so it was like that much of just like hard cardboard paper, like the whatever fucking material it is, hard rice paper. And only reason I seen is I was at a party and I was like, "Oh, yo, can I bum a smoke?" They were like, "Oh, you smoking?" And I was like, "Sure, whatever." And I took it and I was like, "That's weird." And I thought you bite on it. That's what I was doing. I was like, I bite it down. I was like, "Oh, maybe it stretches the hit." Like, I don't know. But homeboy takes it out, pours like a bump into it, caps it because you could fill it up like a nice side, caps it, and then smokes it. And he was just like, "Yeah, you get the numbness." And like I was watching this going,
Niggas smoking woolly cigarettes?
yeah, well, I don't. Is it technically a woolly if it's only on the filter and you use the majority of it to sniff? It's not a woolly. If it was packed,
It's filter. It's technically a woolly because it's the coke inside of something you're smoking, and
Yeah, but
it's
it's only on the
getting
filter.
filtered through the coke.
No, but you're not putting it on the front of it. You're literally just
Through
using
the
it off
back
the,
of
on
it.
the back of it.
Yeah, it's getting filtered through. The smoke is going through the coke and before it gets to your mouth. Pause.
It's woolly adjacent.
It's a type of woolly.
It's woolly-esque.
That's crazy.
And I mean, like, when I saw that, I was
woolly
like...
cigarettes is wild.
But that was the crazy thing to me, because I was just like, oh, shit. And then, like, that's what that's for? Like, oh, okay, it's like a very weird... I'm
pretty sure that's not what it was for.
Of course, like I said,
I'm
I never
pretty
would
sure
have
what
thought
you
about that.
did, like biting it,
Yeah.
like to keep it in your mouth, you know how back in the day...
Well, I thought it was just to thin out the... I thought it was basically just to stretch a cigarette. That's what I thought it was for.
Most
like,
likely.
Smaller
That's probably
air
most likely
pressure.
this shit was for.
Yeah.
But...
Yo, you know, it'd be great. I would
niggas
love to...
woolied out the cigarette.
I would love
That's
to email
wild.
them and be like, hey, man, can you put like this to rest for me? And it'd be mad funny if the guy writes back like, nah, bro, we were founded in 1910. That's just for coke. You know, those are for the straight bumps. The bumps and get you back to work. But you know what's funny is I immediately then going forward associated those two things together. And it just so happens that coincidentally, and I don't mean to offend nobody if you do smoke these, and I know you. You know what I'm saying? But like coincidentally, I'm saying everyone who does smoke them currently does do bumps out of them.
That's wild.
Like, and I'm not.
I'm glad I don't know nobody that really do that shit.
But like, I'm just saying, like,
because I don't like that shit in front of me. Go to the bathroom.
Yo, man,
gentlemen.
I really need you to stop being so judging of casual cocaine.
It's
not that it's me, but I think that different strokes of people that we associate with, like, yo, man, sometimes you just be online and sometimes you just want to bump.
Yo,
you know how I get offline and smoke a
imagine
cigarette?
being like online for like a Yankees game and taking a bump right next to children. That is crazy.
You know what's funny? I didn't want to be so specific. I was going to say, imagine being online at like Disneyland or like Six Flags.
That's even worse.
No, but I'm trying to think of like a place where you like immediately would associate like children and like a family atmosphere where you probably shouldn't be doing it.
But
I guess
you shouldn't be doing it online for on a Yankee
game
either.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say sporting events fall into a great category.
Holy shit.
Yo, dude, it's true though, because how many wild things do you see happen at sporting events that shouldn't happen at sporting events? We tailgate. I feel like
everything that happens at sporting events that we do is supposed to happen at sporting events.
Okay, well, like I said, me slamming shrooms and running through the parking lot because the car died trying to find help. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was a funny day.
Yo, my point is that shouldn't be the case, but it does happen.
That was an emergency though. That was a rare.
Okay, so the idea that we are online and you need a little toot, a little pickup. You know what I'm saying?
Wait till you get inside.
Bro, I stepped off the line to smoke a cigarette because I'm a fucking gentleman.
You see?
Yeah, and then I smoked a joint while I was out there because I figured it's legal, but like whatever. And also these Bronx cops, who cares? They're not looking for me. You know what I'm saying? I look like everyone else here.
They think you're
I'm on the team.
On the team.
Exactly. Which shout out to New York NYPD and our resemblance, because that's what got us that parking last time when I thought it was cool. Like I got out the car, they looked at me and they were like, "That guy's on the job," and I was like, "I am," and I just kept them fucking great. Yeah. So the fact that like somebody would, I don't know, do a random key bump and then be like, "Hey man," because all right. So in this alleged situation, fictitious if you will, after he did the first bump, you very quickly pointed out that he spilled some, which I found great because you were like, "Hey buddy, you got a little, well, it's on your shirt." Nose. Like it's a straight line going from a nose hair down.
Streak. You got a little streak going down.
That's what the funny is because you did say it like that. You're like, your nose shirt, like, kind of like with your finger, you drew a line. So I was like, oh,
Allegedly.
But I'm so, in this fictitious statement, I'm so used to that atmosphere, like just with certain people, with just certain crowd, like things like that don't, you know what would freak me out is if somebody like started shooting up in their eye or something. I'd be like, whoa, what the fuck? Like that would scare me.
Yo, anybody, see that I guess what's so crazy is that we grew
Go
up
on.
literally 12 blocks away from each other. Same neighborhood, same people. We all know, we all family type of shit.
Yeah.
But the difference of what's normal on your side and what's normal on my side is two completely different
I know,
things.
you guys are very uptight and judgy. It's very crazy to live in a project building and be judgy. I don't want to sound like a dick by saying that.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah, like
because you
the
live
fact that y'all are
at one
hoity-toity.
point
Yeah,
was
in a high
the
rise.
best building in the neighborhood.
Section 8 has some gems,
And
baby.
I technically lived in is the worst building in the neighborhood. And we're the ones that are not okay with this, and y'all are. It's
First
crazy.
off, I like that to be something that is appreciated. That's right. I'm a high-rise kid. Why? Because Section 8 does have gems.
Yes.
Let's not completely damn the city.
No.
There are some beautiful things that you can achieve if you know how. And then you get to become scum because you're surrounded in nice surroundings, opposed to the regular jacks. Because that's all that was, though. That's all the high-rise was. It was just jacks. Instead of built sideways, they were built on top of each other. And it was nice. You know what I'm saying? It was a very nice jack. Other jack, well, I'm sorry that you guys feel that way. And I feel like you guys are judgy. So like I said, if I'm in public and as long as somebody, like, dude, you know how many times I've really been at a bar, and seen somebody go, like off the bar, off the table, off the pool, the cubes, like when they go to do the pool, the rack, like they'll hit it off the spot where you hang the stick. I've seen this, and I go, all right, it's not my thing, but like, whatever. But if somebody was to be like, yeah, man, we're having just like the way that this alleged situation happened where it's casual conversation, the person doesn't even break stride. Like, where you're like, hey, it's funny. Like that. No, if they were to be like, yeah, so anyway, and casually start tying off, I might feel a certain type of way. I'd be like, oh, there's kids around. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a gentleman. Don't do this on the same place where, like, we've made American history. Go across the street where everyone's doing that. Go across the street where it's walking. So I understand what you're saying, but, like, the casual bumps don't bother me. But it is situational, though, because the first couple were just conversational, allegedly. But the last one, when you had made kind of it being like, hey, man, that's not cool. Like, stop doing that. He was like, you're right. I'm going to finish it off. Got down on one knee and did a huge ripski. Eye level with a child. And was like, hey, buddy. like we seen it. Like, allegedly crazy. But once again, that's the only part I felt weird because I was like, did you have to? All right, it's one thing to do it. It's another thing to notice that they're watching you. It would have been
better just him doing it where he was already doing it.
It would have been okay if, like, you noticed them noticing because, like, kids are just, like, they just look like that. But once again, this kid's, like, around old enough to, it's like an 8-9-year-old kid. Like, you could see, like, they're here for the game. They know what time it is. So he's, like, watching you. You go eye to eye with him, and instead of just doing, like, the adult thing of being, like, I don't know, shameful, or be like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have that moment of regret, that bit of dear decency. You go, hey, buddy. Like, completely just, hey, man, what's up? You happy for the game? Like, hey, dude. Like, it hasn't even gone fully down the nostril. It is still like you're basically exhaling dust on this little kid. Like, stand back up, man.
Dust of yak.
That's the crop dust of yak.
Crop dust of yak is crazy.
Yo, you imagine he would have like coughed or sneezed and just numbed the kid's face?
Yo.
Poof.
Yo.
Those big white mass. But nah, anyway, so like that fictitious situation. I just need you to become more like okay with that, man. It's gonna be. Dog, think about when we start the elbows.
When we get rich and famous and we're more around Hollywood people, I guess I have to get more used to it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But look,
but
at
as
the
of
preview
right
of it
now,
though.
I'm still in Dykeman. We don't really do that. They might pop a perk or something. That's more normal to me. That people pop a perk or something like that than somebody doing a bump.
Do for the evening.
Yeah, a little perky, a little Viking.
That's not my bag either, man.
That's not my bags either. But
downers on a party scene is not my bag.
I'm more okay seeing that than seeing bumps. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Okay, you know what? And this is where me and you are going to psychologically differ. I am actually more offended by that because that's like, to me, that it's a taboo thing and that's more dangerous than
it is way more dangerous.
Yeah.
It is way more dangerous.
I look at now, because weed has become beer and beer has become cigarettes and cigarettes are either out the door or, you know what I'm saying, like they become the subliminal thing. Like, I don't know what's less than that, but being that everything's kind of been downgraded, right above weed was like cocaine. So boom, now that's in the weed category where it's like, all right, it's taboo. That's
the next thing to get legalized.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so here's an interesting news story. Guy in Canada. So
yeah.
they've been legalizing a lot of drugs in different areas in Canada, and they're going through the same thing that like Venezuela's going through, where it was like a very good program for the most part, but like do understand that by legalizing something, you are protecting the consumer, because now there has to be like potency checks, there has to be cleanliness checks, you're providing free needles and everything, and that is
less
a
arrest.
great service, huh?
And less the rest.
Oh yeah, by all means. And like I said, you're taking away from the criminal aspect of it, and turning it into more of a medical thing. Beautiful. I think that the system should be dismantled anyway. This prison system is nothing but just hit for profit slavery. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're putting people in there, you're making money off of them, then they're just stuck. And it's a repeat system. The whole system is corrupt. But I think it's also fair to say, while legalizing something, now you are opening it up to the plain Janes of the day. When they legalized weed in Jersey, I went to like all the dispensaries. You know, it's cool. It's a commodity thing. It was new for us. So I'm out there with my cousin thing, and you'd be surprised how many, you know, especially older folk, like, you know, old people are just, that are like, oh, now that it's legal, I'm doing it. And then there became people that were like our age, that like maybe in high school, they were like real squares. And now they also got opened. So now imagine doing that.
But they
with,
always did it. You just didn't see them do it.
No. They would say that this is their first time. They felt a certain type of way because it wasn't legal, you know, for whatever reason.
There are those people. Yeah, you're right.
That's
You're
what I'm
correct.
saying.
You're correct.
So that, so whether it's a minority number in comparison to the overall amount of people who smoke weed, like in all of society, like the first timers, as per when it's legal minority, like if that small number, is still a new group.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of imagine the idea of being like, all right, well, you know what, man, we don't want people to get hit with fent. We want things to be clean. We don't, you know, we're going to try to rehabilitate people. We're going to legalize cocaine and heroin. Man, well, you are going to have some sample taking motherfuckers, bro. It's going to be like a Costco aisle.
When home in Canada, is not legal in Canada.
No, okay, I was just giving the preference that there is spots in Canada, in Vancouver and stuff. They are doing the same thing that they're doing in Venezuela.
But it's like it's almost compared to more to Amsterdam, that it's like in districts.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing that they were trying with the rehab program here, except with the decriminalization there is a little bit different.
What we have here are like houses.
Yeah, well, how crazy is that though? Then now there's government-sponsored crack houses.
Yeah,
like think about that.
So we have houses, but in
society,
in Canada, there's like little districts, like, you know, like like a 5-6 block radius of where shit is legalized or whatever, right?
And where they have actual like civilization.
But homie wasn't in the legalized area.
So this gentleman, he was not someone adhering to anything I just said. I just wanted people to be aware that this is a thing that is happening. He's just some dude with a crib that was like
that had work.
Yo, meth, coke. Heroin.
But he was selling it at the legal lies.
And he was also testing it, and he had validations for proofing every.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing it. That's the definition of doing something the right way at the wrong time.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fam, you right now opened you up like a CVS of drugs. That's great. You're sticking to all the health codes. You are fine, because they said he had paperwork. He was fine. Like,
we might put up the price list that he had right here.
Yeah, that was a solid dude, man. But government wasn't getting a cut, so that's how that happened.
Yeah, but now his prices were kind of wild though.
I don't know what the market is up there.
Me neither, but he said it was like 0.2 of a gram was like $60. It was like he was going crazy.
Well, you also got to think none of this is legal, so you know what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure they have to have capping laws on what you can charge. That's why like most fancy eighths and all the dispensaries are like $60.
But that's the going rate though.
In the dispensary.
No, but unless you're going in like the super high end.
If you're paying
what they like to call wrapper weed. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna pay the 90 an eighth, the 120 an eighth. But listen, to me, like I said earlier in the fucking pod, weed to me is more of a
medicine.
It's to do when I'm bored. No weed, whether it's the $120 eighth or the $25 eighth, guess what? They both give me the same reaction, both same effect. There's only a different in taste to me.
Yeah, see, I don't have that same thing.
Yeah, I know. You still get high.
I get high, man. I experience it. I'm all about that.
I don't get high.
But I told you, that's because I think that like the shrooms accent things. Like I tell you, if you microdose with things, it's like reopening up your fucking receptors, man.
Yeah,
and like,
I don't like
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever.
Well, that I don't. But the two times that I tried, I didn't really feel anything. So
we were also drinking and smoking and partying. So you know what I'm saying? It's not in the
maybe I didn't notice. Right?
Section. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I take it to be like
I have like a stem still in my
Oh,
cabinet.
I got a couple capsules still that I got to take. I just like to use them sparingly now. It's like a superpower. Like it taps into a different part of my brain, and I can only use it sparingly because if not, it's gonna be a bad. Yo, dude, the recovery off of macro. Like I did a fucking, what the fuck was it? Maybe the draft, dude. I did a fucking heavy dose at the draft. You see me? I was just walking away and shit. Like I was tripping. And then I remember the next day I was so serotonin drained. Dogs, wife had to put like speakers around me and just give me a music, like basically just blast music into me. So I was crying. I was like, dude, heroic doses are not great. I had an awesome time though, you know what I'm saying? But heroic doses. But with that all being said, homeboy definitely got bagged up for selling drugs, which sucks because he was doing it by their rules and because they weren't getting any, you know. But that just shows you got to pay. I guarantee if he would have hit the city off, been like, yo, here's $1. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the thing is up there. Also, yeah, 0.2 for $60.
That of the H.
5 times 6 is 30. $300 a Grizzy.
It's wild. It's
Jesus.
wild, right?
Oh,
but
man.
since we're on people doing legal shit and stuff like that, this trans youth protection bill, bro.
Yeah, I don't get that. I still don't get it.
You didn't hear about it?
I mean, I've heard about it, but I also hear conflicting things, and I haven't really been eager enough to read.
So what it is, from what I've read on it, is that out in Washington
State,
the
Badlands of America.
Yeah, it is now basically a safe haven for anyone under 18 who feels like they want to transition to the opposite sex and their parents do not agree with. They can now go and seek housing and funding to transition without parents' permission.
So just to be clear,
your 14-year-old kid,
I'm my 14-year-old kid.
Not your 14, but hypothetically,
a 14-year-old kid have Jamaican. It wouldn't happen even if we, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, that's generations of it not happening.
But hypothetically, your 14-year-old kid can run away from home, go to Washington, be safe haven there, and can transition without your permission, and you can't do anything about it.
So just to be clear, the state of Washington has opened up a trans kids never land.
Basically.
Yo, who the fuck says America's not progressive? All right?
That's
fuck you, Europe. You don't do shit like that.
That's crazy to me.
Oh, yeah, no, that's completely insane. To me, that sounds like you're drafting children to start a cult.
That doesn't sound like that to me. That's not what that sounds like at all. What that sounds like is you are now taking the power away from parents to when under 18, you are under your parents' guide. Unless you go and get emancipated, you have to basically follow what your parents say. Granted, hopefully it's good and keeps you it's in your best interest what your parents are saying.
You're gonna keep your dick.
But telling your kid that is a minor that they cannot transition to the opposite sex, even though they may feel that way until they're 18, I don't feel like that's wrong.
I don't feel like that's wrong either.
When after you're 18, do what you want to do. If you feel like you still feel if you're 14 and you tell me this, I'm gonna tell you, yo, listen. When you're 18, if you still feel this way, you go and do you.
Yeah,
but until then, you're gonna stay the way you are.
Well, I don't even. So it's funny because all right, here's my feeling on that. I think that the reason 18 is fair is just because of physical development. Like I think that no matter what hormone it is, testo or estrogen, like I feel like the years between 12 and like 16 are very like for your bone tissue, for your like your bone mass, for your tissue.
Good growth.
So like any altercation in like what would consider a natural cycle, short of it being the norm, like if you are someone who unfortunately through disease, like you develop low T and they have to give you boosters, or if they decide to swing you the other way because you're so low in T that it'd be better if you just kind of came up as like a woman estrogen wise.
I don't think that happens, but
I don't exactly. So the idea of being ignorant allows me to dream. Stop ruining my dreaming. So what I'm thinking is like outside of that, 18 is cool. Because, yo, here, at the end of the day, bro, like, you can get drafted at 18. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at that as the ultimate, like, because that's you having to lose your freedom for, like, a non-your fault reason. Like, say if you get locked up or some shit, like, that's kind of, you know, whatever the situation was, even if it's unjustified, like, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. The draft, they can actually just physically come and get you.
Yes.
That's at 18. So at 18, in my mind, which I still don't understand, like, the drug and alcohol thing before 18, but, like, listen, 18, you are considered an adult. You are no longer underneath the care of your guardians.
You can vote.
Yeah, you could vote.
You have a voice.
That's a big thing, yeah.
At 18, you have a voice.
Yeah, and if you want to change that voice from like
cause
monotone to
I'm gonna
high
give you an example of this.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm giving a perfect example of this. Growing up, my whole life, I hated my name.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hate my name because I don't like my name.
Mm-hmm.
I hated my name because I'm a junior,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated my father. So my whole life, I'm like, when I'm 18, I'm gonna change my name. I'm gonna change my name. My mom was like, I asked my mom when I was like 15.
I remember when we were kids and they used to just call you Junior.
Yeah.
That's how long back. That's how I'm like, damn, dude. So, I never thought you'd even bring that back up. I swear to God, I never thought.
Well,
I'd
my
hear you
family
bring that
still
up
calls
again.
me Junior.
I know, which is hilarious. But once again, I never thought you'd just like publicly bring that back up again. Like, oh, I thought we buried that.
So
fair enough.
So when like I was like 14, 15, I asked my mom, like, yo, mom, what was my name supposed to be if I wasn't going to be a junior? And she told me, I think my name was supposed to be Joshua or whatever. I said, I don't like the name, but let's go. Change it right now. I'll be Joshua. If you go, we go change it right now.
You look more like a host sway. I wouldn't call you Joshua.
So, but she kept telling me, like, yo, when you're 18, if you still feel that way, you change your name. And by the time I got 18, I kind of like liked my name. It's kind of unique. You know what I mean? Nobody actually, I don't know many.
Knows your name. No one actually even knows your name.
Yeah, nobody
really.
actually really even knows my name. And then it's unique for the people that do know my name. Not a lot of people have it.
Yeah, my wife says it mad funny. And that's what always meant, because I'm like, why do you say, me and Darren were like, yo, why do you say it like that? She was like, I don't know, that's the way you say it. And I was like, that's the way you say it. Like,
that's the way you say it.
No one else says it like that.
But that's another reason why I hated my name. Growing up, nobody could say my name, which is how I got Castro.
They would say it with an F, and I know, because that's how Castro came along. That's what makes it even funnier. Because I'm like, oh man, yeah, that did happen. Like,
so, but that's how, like, that's a perfect example of once you get older and you have a different mindset, you may not feel the same way. You may still feel inside that you feel like a woman, but maybe you just want to be one of the letters. I'm not even gonna put it on.
Yeah, man, be you.
You know, whatever letter you fall under.
You. That's the letter you fall under. You. Exactly. Everyone's an individual. You fall under you. We don't subscribe to groupthink. I'm not gonna do that either.
Yeah, like, because at the end of the day,
yeah. Even if that thing is not something I've ever heard of.
Exactly.
You're like, cool. But like 18 is more of a developmental point. So the idea that you are adding a safe haven, because here's the thing though, is I feel like a lot of people are misconstruing, and once again, this is a general statement, but not meant in a general meaning. So I think that most people are seeming that if parents disagree with a person transitioning, that it's seen as some form of abuse. Ergo, the idea of giving people a safe haven as if they're in refuge from some sort of abuse seems on paper like you're doing the right thing.
Because they're saying it's mental abuse.
Yeah, you're fucking pussy generation.
Yeah.
Pussy generation. Loud noises make me freak, and people yelling in conversation makes me tear up. You don't know fucking trauma. All right? You have no clue about real trauma and mental torture. You fucking damn. Oh, dude. Anyway.
Yeah.
Being progressive. Anyway. So lock it the fuck back in. Yeah, man. I think that because and listen, just to draw back to it, because like, you were very dismissive, and it almost seemed like you took it as me like kind of just trying to conspiracy it up. No, the reason I said the whole cult thing is because you are taking now responsibility for minors. All right, just hear me out.
No, but they're not actually being responsible for them. They have to fend for themselves. They're just allowed to be there without their parents coming to get them.
So there's no one providing any.
It's like how they do. It's like New York with the migrants coming in. Like the feds.
No, we put them in a shelter.
We put them in a shelter.
Yeah.
Because New York. Well, that's just an example. Like that, how the feds can't come and grab them up because this is New York and this is the.
Yeah.
That's the example. So the parents can't come and grab them up and bring them back to
sanctuary city.
Sanctuary, yes.
Sanctuary city. I remember that being a big term.
Basically, it's a sanctuary city for people who want to
trans minors.
Yes.
So, okay, and that brings me to the point, though. All right, so because if it is similar to the situation here, where the city and in turn the state, because now it's gone up to all the way up to Rockland. So in turn the state is providing just entry level, like, you know what I'm saying, like almost like how you say it, like when you're in the system and you're the prelude to Section 8, bro. When you in the shelter, there's a time frame. You work your way through the system, and it's allocated that way. And then once you get placed, you're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
God bless that part of the system. As a product of that part of the system, God bless that part of the system. It's a shitty thing. If you ride it out, it works.
It works. And listen, I know a lot of people that went through it just to get the end result of it.
And you got to go through it. 90 days in the spot is rough.
It's rough.
It's rough.
At the end of the day,
I say that to say, if that is the case with this situation, then there is someone even on a 90-day intake level that's housing, feeding, and monitoring them, even if it's for that short time while they pass and go through the thing. If you don't tell me that there's something not only dangerous about that, but I'm going to go ahead and say kind of grossly irresponsible, because let's be real, being that your state is like, leading the way in this fucking crazy charge, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Throw all the rules to the wind. Like, and by no judgment, I wouldn't move there. Like, y'all have homeless shootouts. That's crazy. Why do the homeless have guns? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're homeless. I can see homeless stabbings happen all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone's got
get
something
stabbed
sharp.
with anything.
Yeah. Everyone's got something sharp. Especially if you're homeless, you should have something sharp. But the fact that they have like homeless that sleep on like 357s is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I digress. Saying that to say that there's not someone who's taking it, and you got to remember, like, yo, dogs, I'm 12 years old. I'm beefing my parents because they don't want to let me rock. I get this opportunity. Fuck it. I bus, hitchhike, fucking. I'm blowing fucking bus drivers.
Now think about
crazy.
It. You in Jersey, and you got to get all the way to. You got to go cross country to Washington State.
Rules of the road, brother. It's a dangerous trip,
bro. With all the sex trafficking, all that going on in this country, just them getting there is a fucking journey.
It's like a turtle migration. You know, they tell you when turtles hatch, like half of them don't make it. It's a fucking turtle migration. God damn, that sucks. But once again, for let's say 1 out of every fucking 8, 9, 10, like I will do like small 10, just so it's an even number. 1 out of every 10 heads over there. They get a couple thousand kids from across the country that are able to fucking make this journey. I'm still 12, bro. Like, I'm still going to have, like, yeah, I'm beefed with the ideology part. And because there's a lot of people who are championing this.
You're still a kid.
Yeah, dogs. Like, I could want whatever I want about me personally. I'm still afraid of thunder.
You're still afraid of the dark.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You don't wipe your ass right yet.
Yeah, no, who's going to cut the crust off my sandwiches? Like, imagine having to be like, excuse, and that's my point, though, is like, there's someone who's still inherently responsible for some, especially if you're welcoming in all under the age of 18. Like, bro, that is a very broad spectrum.
That's crazy.
And the fact that you are doing that is completely irresponsible, because here's the thing, just like what you just said about the predators, and statistically speaking at this point, not trying to be a dick or anything, numbers wise, there's going to be someone who has some sort of affliction to children in that nearby area. Piling them into what I can assume is like the hotels over here that they was doing, or like even worse, like the Covenant houses by the job. Like, if they do it like that, and it's, yo, bro, that's easy pickings. And you're basically putting fish in a barrel, unless, hear me out, unless, tinfoil hat time, unless you're doing that on purpose. Unless you're compiling children who are essentially from broken homes with enough know-how and vigor to make it across the country, and you are now bringing them into whatever indoctrinated mindset you can have them under. Yeah, you could stay here. Hey, man, you should get really big into like whatever form of activism. Yeah, we should. You know, hey, while you're here doing it. Dude, I see it all the time with all these church groups that do that. There's people who go to these church groups, and they become caught up in that lifestyle.
But church is different, because church becomes, like you said, a lifestyle. And I guess if you're trying to transition to the opposite sex, or transition to whatever you're trying to transition to,
you can move unilaterally at this point. It's all good.
It's not more of a lifestyle. I assume it's more just they feel like coming more within themselves.
Oh, which is the part I agree with. The part I disagree with, and like I said, that's why I had to, forgive me if I didn't phrase it the right way. What I'm saying is, while these young kids are completely caught up in the idea of like what they're trying to do for themselves, you are at the whim of whoever takes you in.
Oh yeah, no.
So that my point is, even if it's on some completely,
you could have a one mindset, and then you get somehow end up in the house of some John Macy,
or you end up in one of these Waco situations where it's like, yeah, this person's helping you and supporting you, doing whatever you want, and because they took you in a shit situation, you begin to worship them.
Yeah.
And dogs, that level of worship at that young of an age is the most compromising thing you can do to an unshaped mind. Like, that's fucking crazy. Bro, I'm 34, and if you ask anyone who knows me, my brain hit maturity at 27. Like, legitimately, when I was like, things do have ramifications. The idea of spending the ages of like 14 to 26 going, that's a problem for future me, finally caught the fuck up with me and forced me to grow up. Yep. Shitty situation. And mind you, been almost a couple times leading up to it, I was like, that'll work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hustler. I'll be all right, man. I'm tough. So the idea of being like a young kid and setting off on some fucking 50 Goes West ass adventure to suburban Neverland, where they're purposely taking in other kids with me. So like, you're going to get there and be like, oh man, I have this great sense of community because everyone here is in a similar situation.
Like a big ass PAL.
Mm-hmm. Like, imagine if the counselors at PAL were on some fuck shit and not people from the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Imagine PAL drafted you from across the fucking country where you get out there and have no one, nothing but these people.
Yeah. The
we need to bomb Washington.
That's yeah.
I know what y'all doing.
Listen, but they proposed a bill. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if it's passed yet. I haven't actually heard much of it after it was proposed. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if it's passed yet. But listen, I don't want to see. What's crazy is that I can actually see Biden passing this bill.
I want them to pass the fuck around and find out law. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck around and find out. Like, bro, once again, even if you are in the slightest bit completely authentic in your reasoning, the idea that there couldn't be any sort of corruption along the line on such a long pipe, it's uncontrollable. And with that being said, in my mind, I'm going to go ahead and say I had once watched this show, and it's actually just funny that you said because it was Washington, because it happened in Seattle. Awesome sci-fi show. I forget the name of it at the time, but basically the dude in Washington was doing something similar to that in Seattle. Like, he was subliminally like recruiting people who just so happen to have a thing. And he was like, nah, because when shit XYZ goes down, he goes, I'm going to have an army. So the idea of taking in a bunch of indoctrinated youths, nah, dogs, they could be building a fucking, like, we're going to take over the country.
I understand what you're saying, right? But then when you think about the why they're going over there, mm-hmm. What kind of
I'm just saying they'd be one sassy ass army, bro. Damn. Can't just let a motherfucker dream, bro.
Nah, I got what you were saying. It just hit me like that's not the best of armies, but
yo, dogs, they will be the most fabulously dressed and sassy army of people who you can't distinguish. You know what I'm saying? You know how confusing it's gonna be to see 6 shirts that all just say Velez? You don't know. Is it Maria? Is it Michael? You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
Michael, Michelle?
Yeah, you don't know what's happening. But that's what I'm saying. Yo, dogs, they could be doing that. So I hope that we take out Washington now. Strike first. Cobra Kai. That's how we solve this. That's the only way to do it. Because clearly y'all legalized heroin. Y'all made homeless like in a camp. There's people who literally go there and like take over blocks. Like, y'all had militias within militias. Like, y'all ran off the cops. Y'all like living that Wild West style, and now you're trying to draft children to what? Get your numbers up? That's exactly what I think you're doing now. I don't even think you're helping any of these kids.
Shit.
Yo, if you are a kid that's going across the country and you hear this, send us a public message like on YouTube. Like, where everyone can see it. I don't want it, and no private messages. Public. All right? And just let us know that, like, it's on the up and up.
Just tag us on your post.
Yeah. Let us know it's on the up and up. Yeah, you can do that. Nope. I want an explanation. I don't want to be randomly drafted or something like that. Written explanation of why you're taking it. Hey, man, listen, I did make it here, and it's cool. You know? And if it's not, don't hit us up. Yeah. We don't. Yeah, it's cool. We're not coming to save you. Like, it's a East Coast, West Coast. That's mad far.
Let's get into something a little bit more fun before we end this episode.
Well, I would like to end it on another great document of the government. Ready? The MINAJ Act.
Nikki.
Yo, first off, shout out to this. He's the Congress dude that everyone hates.
Oh, the fake
Robert
dude, George
Santos.
Santos.
Bro, he's a troll and a half. Let's take a second to talk about that troll and a half, because
nah. What he is literally, by definition,
he's a con man.
Politician.
Oh, well, yeah, duh.
He is by definition the politician, and not the definition in the Webster's dictionary. The politician definition that we all know when you think of a fucking politician, bro. Lying, scheming, dirty, grimy motherfucker.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this guy kind of pushes the envelope between true blue, born, bred, and stabilized politician and low end Batman bad guy, bro. There's a photo of him. First of all, somebody brings up this. So a lot of shit he did was lie. We'll just make it real quick. Lied about college.
Lied about college.
Lied about his mom dying in 9/11, which
Lied
is a
about
hilarious lie to tell.
That's
because
crazy.
It's like, yo, dogs, we can see her. We know she didn't die in 9/11.
You
right
celebrated
there.
her birthday.
She's right there, bro.
Yeah, I see her.
You tagged her. You know what I'm saying? Like
she was there when you got elected.
You tagged her. All right. You lied about being Jewish, which I feel you.
No, but
I would have. I would have been like, yeah, I'm Jewish too.
Jew-ish.
No, which that's my favorite thing about him. He is a wordsmith, and I'm glad that you reminded me of that.
Yeah.
He actually said, he was like, I'm Jew-ish.
Yeah.
I'm Jew adjacent.
Yeah.
I wish I would have used that logic.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I was Jewish like that. Like that's.
And that, matter of fact, I'm Jew-ish as well.
Yeah. Right there on the side.
Right there.
Not far. But
you know,
not part of the tribe.
Yeah. They won't let me completely in the club, but I got one foot in.
But here's my favorite thing about him is when someone randomly called him out about him being a South American trans prostitute.
Oh, yeah, he's drag
in
Brazil.
And then he was like, I'm not a trans prostitute. That makes no sense. And they were like, but you are a drag queen. He was like, yeah, you got me. Miss Sriracha, that's my weekend character. Like, so I respect it.
He's a drag. But let's explain to them exactly what the MINAJ Act is. You know
all
exactly
right, yes, I do.
Yes.
So this is what I mean about this guy being a troll. So after being exposed for all that horrible shit.
The fact that he names it the MINAJ Act is just funny.
I'll give you one better.
But I know the reasoning behind it.
I'll give you that. All right. So it's funny whenever you hear someone think of a title prior to the work because you could tell structurally when something's built around it. Nicki Minaj, in case anyone doesn't remember over the pandemic thing, said that her brother-in-law's balls got swollen from the vaccine, so people shouldn't take it.
Yes.
Respect. So he then put out what is now known as the Medical Information Nuanced Accountability Judgment Act, or MINAJ Act. Fam, you found a way to make an acronym
for you
out of MINAJ?
MINAJ?
Bro, I fuck with you, man.
Like, you's a wordsmith.
Yo, bro, I fuck with you. Like, dude,
he's a wordsmith, bro.
Here's what I mean by you could be awesome.
That's an Edgar Allan Poe type shit.
Yo, bro, that is some great like, yo, dogs, why'd you become a politician? You could have been writing these lines.
Yo, Big L fucking...
Bruh, forever.
Yes.
Like, that's crazy. But yeah, so I think that after trolling, coming back with some shit called the MINAJ Act, and like pinpointing like, oh, this is because of Nicki Minaj's thing, like, fam, you're a master troll and a great wordsmith. So it's hard to hate that guy.
Yeah,
but it is also easy to love American politics because everything we just told you is true.
Yeah.
From start to finish, those are all facts. I didn't inflate anything.
There's no max facts.
Yeah. Those are hard facts.
Those are hard, real facts.
Yeah.
Those are Googleable facts. And this is one of our congressmen who just makes us to show that gang. Fucking the shit show that is American politics and how anybody listen. You had a TV host and known failed billionaire president. You now have a troll as a congressman. You had you did prior to that. We had a president getting ahead in the White House. Listen,
okay, wait a minute. There's no reason to drag Cool Billy into this.
No, we just got to we just got to throw examples out there. You know, we don't want to always make it seem like Trump was the first bad guy.
Bro, JFK was slamming hook. Marilyn Monroe died because she was a hooker, couldn't keep her mouth shut.
Allegedly, that's not. There's no facts to that.
Stormy Daniels could have got too.
Stormy Daniels could have got.
I don't. And look, 4 or 5 was a gentleman about it. He went to court.
Yo, quick, wait, hold on, wait. We gonna end this on this before we leave. Today, Mach, shout out to you, Mach. He sent me a fucking clip today of Donald Trump's testimony when they're asking him about Stormy Lee Daniels, right? And the prosecutor's asking him, you say she asks Trump, Lee wouldn't be one of your first choices. And he goes, No, she wouldn't. If you look at her, you look at the way she talks, the way she looks, the way she wouldn't be one of my first choices. Actually, you wouldn't be one of my first choices either. I would.
No offense.
No offense. I hope you're not offended by that. There would never be any time that I will be interested in you at any point in life. Hope you're not offended. But yeah, no, same thing with Stormy Lee Daniels.
I thought that was against the Rapa allegation.
I think, but they were talking about Stormy Lee.
Yo, bottom, because
regardless of whatever,
he said the same shit against the Repe. They were putting him on it, he said the same thing.
But regardless of what that testimony is,
great
that's hilarious.
Great defense.
Telling the prosecutor, I'm not interested in you either.
She's a pig. You're a pig. I don't do pigs. You know, Stormy Daniels. All right. I threw it at her. You know, it is what it is.
I hit it once.
Presidential strokes. Conspiracy Streets podcast.
Peace.
Conspiracy Streets podcast.